Well, guys, that was a complete disaster for my Boston Celtics. We choke a big lead and we fall 107 to 110 in Game 5. This is my post-game video of Game 5 from last night, and we trailed the series 3-2, and oh my god, that was bad. And look, this team just gave it away. Like, you had this game. What was that? Look, I'm pissed and all, but there was no excuse for the Celtics team to lose that game. You were up by, 20 points, whatever, 14 points? They just, the last couple minutes in the fourth quarter, they're out there looking like their heads cut off or something. You had the lead and you blew it. It was just a complete nightmare. You just choked away your chance of making the Eastern Conference Finals. And now this Boston Celtics team have to go to Game 6 and stay alive in Milwaukee, which is going to be tough. Milwaukee's probably going to end it. But anyways, I want to talk about this game. Look, the Boston Celtics played an unbelievable basketball game in the first half. We were up by a bunch, you know. Jaylen Brown had an insane game. And it just, look, the story of the reason why we lost this game because of the rebounds in this game. The offensive rebounds, the rebounds killed us in this game. Several times we put up the ball up, tried to score, we can't get a rebound. That's what hurt us in the fourth quarter. The Milwaukee Bucks just killed us in rebounds in the fourth quarter. It's just, Giannis, man. Giannis is obviously a still beast. You know, he was called for offensive foul, but Giannis was just, this guy can't be stopped. Like, he keeps driving to the basket. You know, he got one rebound between three people, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Get the rebound. This is the reason why we lost the game. You know, look, this Bucks team raced right back and tied the game at 105, and Jason Tatum gets fouled, and he hits free throw. You're up 107-105, and I think that was the case. And yeah, and then Giannis gets fouled. Giannis makes the first free throw, and then he misses the second one. Would you know, the Celtics can't get a rebound. You got Bobby Portis down low, getting the rebound and putting it back up. The Bucks go wild. The Bucks are up by 108, 107 with only 11 seconds left. And look, Celtics fans are blaming Marcus Smart because of the interception. I'm not blaming Marcus Smart. I mean, Celtics fans are gonna Celtics fans are going to blame Marcus Smart, but I'm not blaming him. I blame the Celtics not making rebounds. That one play, the second free throw Giannis missed. You couldn't get the rebound. Bobby Portis gets the rebound, and he puts it back up. What is that? And then you're down 108, 107. Emilia Duca calls a timeout. And Marcus Smart tries to get a basket, and it just didn't work. The Celtics foul. The Celtics have to foul. They end up fouling Wesley Matthews, whatever, and he makes both free throws. And again, Marcus Smart or whoever, someone gets interception. That's the end of it. I don't know what to say. Look, the pros in this game for the Celtics, you had the lead, you were gaining momentum, and Jaylen Brown had a long three that brought the Celtics crowd up and, going. Fourth quarter, Al Horford had an amazing play. Jaylen Brown had a between the leg. He shot a three, missed it, and out of nowhere, Al Horford went to slam. A huge dunk. Peyton Pritchard had a nice pass from Jason Tatum inside the paint with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Really nice play. Grant Williams was kind of quiet. He had 0 points, but it's understandable. I don't know. Like, he had an amazing game in four, but looking at the Bucks, I want to go through those points. Giannis, obviously the beast, 40 points. He was called for offensive foul on Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart kind of like flopped. It was hilarious, and the coach just was pissed off. Dude, Mike Butchend always gets so mad, but Giannis had 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 40 points, 40. He was 40 minutes on the floor. He was 16 and 27 field goals, and he was 2 and 5 in 3 pointers. He made 2 threes, and look, Giannis. I'll say this again. Once the Celtics score, Giannis will kill you in breakaways. Like, once the Celtics score, Giannis will go right back. The Milwaukee Bucks will find him, and then they will give him the ball, and he will score. He will kill you in those fast breaks. Giannis will kill you, and he did. He was 6 and 10 of free throws. He had 10 free throw attempts, and he made 6. Offensive rebounds, he had 2. Defensive rebounds, he had 9. He had a total of 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He had 40 points. Brook Lopez had 2 points. He was 1 and 4, 0 and 2 in 3 pointers. Oh no, at the free throw line. Brook Lopez did not go to the free throw line. Look, Drew Holiday also killed you. Drew Holiday had a nasty shot over Marcus Smart and made it. He was 41 minutes on the floor. He was 9 and 24. Not really good. Not really a field goal. Not really a good field goal stat right there. And he was 4 and 7 on threes. He was 2 and 2 at the free throw line, and he had 24 points. Wesley Matthews, he had 9 points. He was 3 and 9 in field goals, 3 and 6 in threes. He made 2 threes in a row, I believe. This team just came back on us. And Grayson Allen, man. Grayson Allen had 8 points, 3 and 7 in field goals, 1 and 2 in 3 pointers. He had 1 free throw. It was off of a foul. And Bobby Portis probably is going to be the player of this game because of the putback. The putback after the missed free throw by Giannis. He puts it back, leading the Milwaukee Bucks to lead 108-107. It's just the Celtics couldn't get a rebound. Bobby Portis was 4 and 14 in field goals and 0 and 2 at 3 pointers, and he was 6 and 6 at the free throw line. Bobby Portis had a good amount of free throws, and he had 14 points. But that's just Milwaukee right there. They killed us. Like, look, the Celtics had this game in their bag, and they just couldn't capitalize. Like, what is that? Like, and looking at the stats for the Celtics, Grant Williams awfully kind of was quiet. 31 minutes on the floor, 0 and 3 field goals, 0 and 2 in free throws. He did not go to the free throw line. He had 0 points, so he was pretty quiet. Jason Tatum, he had 12. He was 42 minutes on the floor, 12 and 29 in field goals, and he was 2 and 11. He missed several threes, which was just struggling. He made 2 threes. He had 34 points. He had 1 offensive rebound, 5 defensive rebounds, and he had a total of 6. Al Horford had just an unbelievable dunk in the first quarter. 41 minutes on the floor, 4 and 7 field goals, 0 and 2 in 0 and 2 in 3 pointers. And then he was 0 and 0 at the free throw line, and he had 8 points. Marcus Smart, obviously, people are blaming him about what happened. Pretty much the reason why we lost this game is because stupid fouls, the turnovers, the rebounding was just not good at the end. Marcus Smart was 6 and 11 in field goals, 3 and 5 in threes. And he had 15 points. And Jaylen Brown, Jaylen Brown had an unbelievable game. At least he had a couple threes. That one that was like far, far away. He had some puts in 9 and 19 with field goals, 3 and 7 with 3 pointers, 5 and 6 free throws, and he had 26 points. Daniel Tice, he showed up. He had 11 points, 5 and 5 field goals, 1 and 1 and 3. He made one. Look, I said Daniel Tice is not made for three, but he made one today. He made one in this game, and he didn't go to the free throw line. Peyton Pritchard had 4 points. One of them was a nice pass from Jason Tatum. And Daniel White had 9 points. But look, the story of this loss was just the rebounding at the end of the fourth quarter. They came back. The Bucks made shots. Giannis was just the fast breaks will kill you. And look, every time the Celtics score, they find Giannis driving to the basket. There was a couple of times Giannis was just going in, and then Al Horford was called for a couple fouls. Giannis actually, I think, had like 4 fouls, so I could have like maybe hoped that he could have got fouled out, but it's just embarrassing, man. It just, so I was talking about how the rebound was killing us, so I'm going to the stats now for the team stats. I'm going to start with the total rebounds. So this is the whole reason why we lost. The Milwaukee Bucks were just stacking rebounds on us. Total rebounds, 36 for the Boston Celtics. Milwaukee Bucks, 49. 49 rebounds for the Milwaukee Bucks, where we only had 36. That's just that. Offensive rebounds, we had 5. They had 17. It killed us. We can't get rebounds. There was a couple times we can't get the rebound, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was yelling at my TV. All right, looking at the team stats. The Bucks were 40 and 92 in field goals. That's 43.5% in field goals. The Boston Celtics were 42 and 82. We were 51.2% in field goals. 3-pointers, we were 10 and 31. Not really good. 32.3% of threes. They were 13 and 29. They were 44.8. They were obviously the better 3-point shooting team. Free throws, we were 13 and 15, 86.7% of free throws. They were 17 and 21, 81% of free throws. And look, I talked about the total rebounds. They had 49, we had 36. 5 offensive, and they had 17 offensive. There's a difference there when you see that. That's the problem. They couldn't get the rebound that's the reason why we lost. On top of that, the Celtics team should have won this game. I mean, we had a huge lead and we blew it. I don't know what's going on. I mean, we had a great momentum going into this game. We were playing well, and just out of nowhere, the stupid turnovers, not rebounding the ball, it just turned into, I don't know what you explain what I witnessed. It just turned into Celtics players out there, like, confused. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, they're out there, Milwaukee's all over them in the rebounding, and it just, I don't know. Assists, we had 25 assists, they had 22. Blocks, we had 7 blocks, and they had 5 blocks. Steals, we had 6 steals, they had 5. Turnovers, we had 10. Look, looking not that bad that they had more turnovers than us, but the turnovers that we had were just so bad. It was. Here, I talked about throughout the series that we were struggling in this. Points in the paint. We had 50 points in the paint. They had 44. That's what I like to see. At least we're like, improving there in the points in the paint, because the first couple of games, the Bucks are just destroying us, like, in the paint. Like, their defense in the paint is just unbelievable, and now we're scoring in the paint now. That's great. Obviously, and then we had 19 personal fouls, and they had 14. It's just bad, man. Look, there's several times we couldn't make shots. The story of this game of our loss was that we had stupid turnovers. We let the Bucks shoot on us. We let Giannis, get fast breaks, and look, we blew a lead. This is probably the biggest choke that I ever had. And, Celtics fans are saying, oh, we choked. The Milwaukee Bucks choked in Game 4. But Game 6 is in Milwaukee. We have to win this game, obviously, favor season, and fourth in Game 7, another chance to win it in Boston. Obviously, do the math. Obviously, we need to win in Milwaukee. Game 6 is Friday at 7:30 p.m. As we look to tie the series and save our season. We should have won this game. I'm not here to make excuses. The Bucks team, they came out in the fourth quarter. The Bucks, you gotta give them props where it's due, especially to Bobby Portis on that play. After the Giannis free throw miss, the second free throw miss, rebounding. It's just the Celtics couldn't rebound. We couldn't. The rebounding was horrible. That's why we lost this game, and that cost us. That may have cost us the series and our season. We have to see what the Celtics can do in Game 6. Look, this is win or die situation. If you win Game 6, you have another chance to end it at home in Game 7 in Boston. You gotta make the adjustments in Game 6. You can't afford to miss rebounds. You gotta get the rebound in Game 6. After you struggle, after you realize your mistake, fix it and do better in the next game. Move on and do better. That's what the Celtics gotta do. We gotta find a way to neutralize Giannis. Like the fast breaks, like I said, Giannis will kill you in the fast breaks after you score. Once you score, he's gonna just boost down the court. Someone's gonna find him, and he's gonna either get called for a foul and get the M1, or he's just gonna put it in. That's exactly what has happened in the game last night. But in Game 6, the Celtics gotta rebound the ball. They gotta rebound it. You saw the stats of the rebounding stats. The Bucks killed the Celtics in rebounding in the end of the fourth quarter. That's just that. But anyways, we end up choking. Bad game, guys. Ugh. But we end up choking 110 to 107. The Celtics lose a heartbreaker, a choke. And we are looking at a potential end of the season game Friday. So it's just bad, man. But anyways, we've trailed the series. Game 6 is in Milwaukee Friday night. As my Celtics look to tie the series and save our season. Hopefully we force Game 7. But just a horrible performance by rebounding just cost us the game. I know Celtics fans are going to say, oh, Marcus Smart, oh. You had the lead and you blew it. That's basically what it is. But anyways, I'm Bruno Steele. Thank you guys for watching this post-game video. Game 6, again, is tomorrow, Friday, at 7 p.m. In Milwaukee as the Celtics look to tie the series. The rebounding just has to be good. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Bruin Steele. Go Celtics until I die. Let's go Celtics. Win this Game 6.